Thursday the 27th of November, and we left Kochi and headed towards Kerala Backwaters. Kerala Backwaters is a chain of brackish lagoons, 5 large lakes connected by canals, about 200 square kilometres in all. This was the hotel that we stayed at, and we went for a walk around the local area. Here's one of the little kids. They wear this black coal on their face. We came across this group of women who were working on coconut fibre mats. What they were doing was spray painting them for sale in the Western market. This was betel nut that was out drying, and some tamarind. The backwaters are renowned for the houseboats that a lot of tourists spend time on. Very green, lush country. Good haven for mosquitoes, that pond, I reckon. And this is an Indian washing line. They just drape their clothes over the grass or any bushes that are close by. We went out on the backwater on a boat to one of the islands that was close by. These are water hyacinths and they grow in great numbers. Then the next day we left and we headed down towards Trivandrum to Kovalam Beach and saw this elephant on the way. This was our hotel at Kovalam Beach. It was a lovely spot. Became popular with tourists in the 70s. There's a couple of beaches. This is a touristy one. This is the lighthouse that's there. Now on the other side of the lighthouse is the fishing village, and that was fascinating. These fellows obviously fixing their nets. Boats waiting to go out. And here we are, the Sports and Arts Club, but I think it's the equivalent of a men's group. Little kids sitting on the front doorstep watching the world go by. This was an interesting house, very elaborately designed and painted. This was the houses that some of the other people lived in. A green mosque. I've never seen a green mosque before. Some baby goats, but the mother wasn't too keen on me having a look at them. This is the pier. The minarets. And a hotel. A hotel in India is just somewhere to eat. It's not a hotel as we know it. Again, sorting out the fishing nets. You can see everything's hung from the roof there. That's to show you what they've got in the shop. This fellow called me over, was very keen for me to take his picture. Protecting their nets and their fishing gear from the weather. And this place actually had 2 mosques. Obviously wasn't time to go out. A lot of the boats were in under the sheds. The beach is divided into 2. One's a Muslim end and one's a Christian end. And they've actually had some issues there previously. There's a policeman stationed down there all the time. Group of Muslim girls coming back from school. The men were filling their time by playing cards. Gin rummy they were playing. Your little groups of men sitting around. The fishing boats were all very colourful. This is where the policeman spends his time to keep the peace. And looking out into the harbour, look at all those boats. It's a shame it wasn't a beautiful day because the colour would have been magnificent. This is on the Christian side of the beach, everyone bringing their catch in for sale. And the ladies selling the fish. This is a typical Indian scene with lots of supervisors and not many workers and everyone telling everyone else what to do. Here's some local lads, a bit of fishing. Trying to see if they can catch some dinner, I reckon. This is when the catch is brought in. This is Lighthouse Beach, the tourist beach. Lots of restaurants, lots of shops trying to sell you their wares. And it was interesting. We were there about 6 o'clock and there was a man with a whistle telling everyone they needed to get out of the water. All the restaurants have their fish there for you to view what you want for dinner. And I like this, was a poster in the toilet on how to use a squat toilet. Ben and Anne from the tour. And these were some of my other tour buddies, Anna, my roomie, and Ben and John and Sam, the tour guide. And I was very excited because I found a kitten that wanted to be patted. But unfortunately all good things come to an end, and it was Saturday the 29th of November and I was heading home. Here's my suitcase, full to the brim. And I flew to Kochi and then from there to Singapore and back to Melbourne. I bought this book about the history of the Mughal Empire in India to keep me occupied. And they had Christmas decorations on the plane. Singapore airport looking very Christmassy. And then finally we were over Australian soil. I had an absolutely fabulous time in my 7 weeks in India. Here are some of my treasures, and I can't wait to go back again.